Gelosi. Fox News Secretary of State Marco Rubio says there's been slight progress in peace talks with Iran.
The secretary says there's been a little movement toward a deal with Iran, but there needs to be a plan B if Iran refuses to let shipping traffic through the Strait of Hormuz.
We have to start thinking about what do we do if a few weeks from now Iran decides we don't care, we're going to keep the straits closed, we're going to sink any ship that doesn't listen to us or doesn't pay us. Then someone's going to have to do something about it.
Secretary Rubio in Sweden, after meeting with NATO nation foreign ministers, says there are going to be adjustments to how many and where U.S. troops are stationed in their countries.
And it's been done in coordination with our allies. I'm not saying they're going to be thrilled about it, but they certainly are aware of it.
President Trump reversed the cancellation of a troop deployment to Poland. He announced earlier this month the withdrawal of 5,000 troops from Germany. Chris Foster, Fox News.
Louisiana Governor and Special Envoy to Greenland Jeff Landry returning from his recent visit to the territory, telling Fox and Friends he remains confident a deal can be reached between the two countries to provide greater U.S. access.
They do love and embrace the United States. So contrary to what you read in the paper, they do appreciate and want more U.S. involvement in Greenland.
Meantime, anti-Semitism is a big topic in politics.
Anti-Semitism has been creeping into politics big time. There has been blatant, open, outright hatred directed towards Israel. That's from elected officials and candidates for office alike. Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner, he's been all over the news recently. He sparked controversy over a past literal Nazi tattoo, also his prior admiring of Hamas ambush tactics against Israeli soldiers. It's not just politicians. Far-left online personality Hassan Piker has referred to Orthodox Jews as, quote, inbreds. He also said that Hamas is, quote, 1,000 times better than Israel.
President Trump watched on as Kevin Warsh was sworn in as the new Federal Reserve Chairman, replacing Jerome Powell, who the president harshly criticized for not cutting interest rates enough. Meantime, two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Busch died suddenly yesterday at the age of 41 as the racing world mourns the loss of one of the all-time greats. Fox's Madison Scarpino has more from Welcome, North Carolina.
His sudden death is really hitting people hard. We do know he was hospitalized earlier in the week for a severe illness, and several people familiar with the situation telling the AP Busch was testing in the Chevrolet racing simulator Wednesday when he became unresponsive and was transported to the hospital. Again, still do not know how the NASCAR legend died, but he did appear to be ill just weeks ago at a race in New York. He was reportedly suffering with a sinus cold and even radioed his team for a doctor. Busch was known for his incredible racing skills and gutsy driving, but also his unapologetic personality. He had epic post-race feuds with other drivers, some unforgettable post-race interviews. He was one of a kind and won a lot of races. If you combine all the series, he won more than any driver in history.
Memorial Day weekend this year is expected to see a record number of travelers despite the increasing price of gas and high airfare. Fox's Grady Trimble is at the Chicago O'Hare Airport with more.
Around 3.7 million Americans will fly this Memorial Day weekend. That's a slight increase from last year. It doesn't seem like travelers are deterred by higher airfare. The average domestic round trip is $441. That is a 53% increase from last year. Similarly, airfare to Europe, Asia, Mexico, and Central America is also more expensive this Memorial Day weekend. The bottom line is people are making the most of it. They're getting out and traveling even as higher jet fuel prices make flying more expensive.
Gas is down a penny from yesterday's highest price since 2022. AAA's national average for regular is $4.55 per gallon. I'm Gian Gelosi. This is Fox News.